From Tampa Bay, the 49ers dropped this one 30-19. They go 4-2, now tied atop of the NFC West with the likes of Seattle and the Rams. This is 49ers Postgame Live, brought to you by Toyota. Matt Mayoko, Rod Brooks, Carlos Ramirez. I have been a sports journalist for 23 years. I've covered soccer, baseball, football, Olympic Games, baseball, you name it. I don't remember. I've spent the entire game since the Fred Warner injury trying to think about a team that has had worse luck with injuries than the 2025 49ers, Matt. I can't find one.
Yeah, the Fred Warner injury is such a blow to the organization, to Fred, to everybody that loves football, because, I really feel like Fred Warner is one of the absolute best players in the NFL, and also one of the best representatives of an organization and a sporting franchise like the NFL. So there's just no way the 49ers can be what they wanted to be this season without Bosa and without Fred Warner.
He's their culture guy. He's their tone setter. And you saw after Fred Warner went out that Fred Warner ethos and mantra was still there, where the Niners were able, after that Warner injury with about 7 minutes to go in the first quarter, Michael Williams gets his first sack. They force a punt. Tampa's next series forced a punt. So you're thinking, okay, maybe the Niners with this devastating injury can actually gut this thing out just off the strength. Then the absence of Fred Warner showed up. Tampa touchdown, Tampa touchdown, Tampa touchdown. They missed a field goal, kicked a field goal. I don't think they punted at all. With the exception of those 2 times after Fred Warner's injury. It's just one of those where the totality of the number of injuries and the person that they lost today, it makes it seem like it's impossible to overcome.
And the severity of the injuries, right? So let's go back out to Tampa Bay with our 49ers reporter, Jennifer Lee Chan, live from Raymond James Stadium. Jennifer, welcome to the show. What was the environment like when the injury to Fred Warner happened, Jennifer?
Very somber. You could feel it. You can feel it right now as the players are going to the locker room behind me. I did hear that Fred Warner did not leave for the hospital. He is here. I saw Jed York, John Lynch, Parag Marante, and Al Guido all walk towards the locker room. It seemed like Jed York almost even had some tears in his eyes. This is a very somber moment. They tried to get a win here, but without Fred Warner Field and Nick Bosa, like you guys said, it's just going to be a tough haul from this point on.
Jennifer, it seems like now it's time for the offense to click without Fred and Nick on the defensive side. What did you see from the offense today?
There were some hiccups. There was one moment where it was Kyle Shanahan yelling at Juwan Jennings, and we don't know what the issue was, but there was definitely some loud talking. Leonard Hankerson, the wide receivers coach, had to push Juwan Jennings back away from Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan was yelling at him. And then a few moments later, Kyle Shanahan held up his play card and was talking to Juwan Jennings, a little bit more calm, but still, Mike Anderson had to kind of calm him down, pat him on the back, and said, hey, let's fight another day. And at that point, Juwan Jennings had not had a target yet. So there was definitely a little frustration on the sidelines of the 49ers. And, if they don't get this offense clicking, they have not been able to finish drives. They haven't been able to get into the end zone, except for today, a rushing touchdown by Christian McCaffrey. But just it's a tough haul on both sides of the ball.
Beyond the fact there was no Nick Bosa and no Fred, what was the biggest issue today, Jennifer, for the 49er defense dealing with Baker Mayfield?
I think it was missed assignments. You saw wide open receivers, and they were on their, 7th, 8th, 100th wide receiver with all 4 of the top receivers out. So that Tez Johnson touchdown in the end zone, Marquis Siegel looked like he was the closest guy, but busted coverages. You saw open wide receivers. So, it's tightening things up. And without Fred Warner out there to direct traffic, it's going to be tough. So you've got young guys. You've got Marquis Siegel out there, and Malik Mustafa coming back. It's going to take a little time for him to be up to speed the where he was last year. So with all those things considered, it's going to be a little bit of time before they're able to get up to speed. Maybe they get George Kittle back next week. That'll help on the offensive side. But I think it's just got to be less mistakes overall.
That's our reporter, Jennifer Lee Chan, live from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay. Jen, thank you so much. Great job as always. We have to give you an injury alert. Of course, this is never ending. You can't coach this. It's an accident. It's a freakish accident. Jair Brown, Matt, just falls, rolls over Fred Warner's right ankle. We're still waiting at this moment for the exact diagnosis on his ankle. Is it a fracture? Is it dislocated? What happened with him? But you have to feel sick to your stomach. This is your tweet, because that's what you said. They might just have lost not just the best linebacker in football, Matt, the best player in the NFL.
And, you know, we could watch there when Jennifer was talking. You could tell the body language of the players walking behind her. I mean, this is way worse than the loss that happened, you know, in that L column for the 49ers against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, Fred Warner is such a huge part of everything. And, I mean, this just changes the entire complexion of the season for the 49ers. I think there was hope that the 49ers could string together some wins and make a really nice run without Bosa. You know, they're going to have to do some stuff at the trading deadline maybe to get there. But, man, just, you know, and Tatum Bethune stepped in and played well. Yep. But, man, he's not Fred Warner. Nobody is. And so this is just a really discouraging, you know, just it's a heartbreaking loss for the 49ers because of everything involved with it.
And just from a mental standpoint, how do they not sort of bottom out, you know, as a team, where they have to fly all the way back across country, thinking about what has happened and now thinking about the future without Fred Warner? How does this team not allow itself to sort of wallow in its injury situation, particularly when it comes to Warner? Because you have another football game coming up on Sunday. And maybe that's the deal. You got another game coming up, so that's what you have to focus on. But you're still missing an integral part of your entire football culture.
I think you're right. You're talking about that culture of Fred Warner. And, you know, when Jennifer described the scene on the sideline with Juwan Jennings and Kyle Shanahan, you can't convince me that also didn't have something to do with Fred Warner and just the state of mind that everybody was in at that point in the game.
Let's check out the overreactions, because we're about to experience something that is unheard of right now. It's brought to you by Toyota. This is Fred Warner's career snaps and game count. He has missed one game out of 133 possible games since he joined the league in 2018.
And he played with a broken bone in his foot last year.
Let me repeat that.
Wow.
133 games.
Wow.
And look at the snap percentage. He has never played under 78% of snaps, or 74 against Dallas in 24. I mean, this guy is on the field all the time. He got hurt. You see the 18% in 2023 where he got hurt. This guy doesn't miss games, Rod. So we're about to find out, because we know what life looks like without Bosa, Purdy, Kittle, McCaffrey, Ayuk, Debo, Trent. We've seen this. We have never seen life, Rod, without Fred Warner.
No, you haven't, and it's going to be interesting. Tatum Bethune, you saw the numbers there. If you watched the game today, you saw he's got the talent. There's no doubt about that. I mean, I think he was eventually the Niners' leading tackler, just like Fred Warner is always the Niners' leading tackler. So from an actual go out there and do it as a linebacker standpoint, Tatum Bethune can do it. You're just missing as Jennifer said, getting guys lined up in the right place. Fred Warner is not just the middle linebacker. Fred Warner is the quarterback of that defense. Just as Mac Jones or Brock Purdy is getting guys in their right positions, that's what Fred Warner does in his position at linebacker and the guys behind him. Who replaces that? I don't know.
Last week in our 49ers overreaction, someone sent me a statement. Fred Warner is better than Patrick Willis. And, of course, I'm not going to go there because Patrick Willis, I have the highest possible regard for both of those players. But it did make me look at career stats for both guys. Did you know that Fred Warner has played in more games than Patrick Willis, and their stats line up almost identically? And that tells you right there, Patrick Willis is already in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. That is the trajectory of Fred Warner as well. So that's the kind of player, not just an all-pro player, which he is, but we're talking about a Hall of Fame player in Fred Warner.
Let me give you my overreaction for both your reactions to this. I think today marks a drastic change of approach of what this team is this season. What I mean by that is the defense could carry the team, not anymore. I cannot imagine the defense without Nick Bosa and Fred. It has to be an offensive-led football team with Brock back, Kittle back, with all those suits back. What do you say about that?
I totally agree. I mean, I think we saw it. I don't know how they can stop the run as effectively. I don't know how they can stop the pass as effectively. I think, the kind of game we saw today might be more the rule this season going forward than the exception. I mean, the 49ers are going to have to score some points, but I think the overall complexion of this season changes. And now we know that John Lynch has been making phone calls about trades, adding an edge rusher. Now they really have to focus in on not doing anything that impacts the team for the future.
Right.
Because they're not going to be as good this year with the players that are lacking than they potentially could be next year. So, you still play to win. You still have high hopes and all of that, but it's just going to be so difficult.
It's not an overreaction. That's the right now. That's the here and now. That's the future. That's the world that the Niners are currently living in and will live in for the rest of this season. Not having Fred Warner changes who you are on defense and changes what you do as an entire football team. That's just reality.
All right, quick break here on the show. We're just getting started. This is 49ers Postgame Live. When we come back, we got quarterback stats plus more reaction, player sound from Tampa, and field vision. All that brought to you by Toyota.